Hey everybody, this is Jessica Lynn from Jessica Lynn Original Studios of JessicaLynnOriginal.com. Today we're going to go ahead and make a card from a Etsy store that I found this beautiful image. I will link it down below, so if you're interested in it. All I did was I printed it off. It's a digital image, so I printed it off. I fussy cut all the way around her, and then I went ahead and used a blue Copic marker to give her kind of a ghostly shadow. So I didn't do a whole lot. I used the blue as almost like a gray shadow. And then I went ahead and created this little image. I found this piece of art and then I added the text to it just to bring in a little bit of my favorite ride, which is the Haunted Mansion. I love the Haunted Mansion. It is at Disney World, Disneyland, anywhere I've gone for Disney. I've only been to the 2 parks, but I haven't been to the others. But Haunted Mansion, Pirates, my favorites. I mean, we even have a bathroom that is Haunted Mansion in our house, and it's one of my favorites. I just love it. I think it's fun, and so I thought as soon as I saw the Victorian lady, I knew she needed to be a ghost, one of the 999. And so I went ahead and I'm coloring this in, and then I'm going to just fussy cut it out, and then we're going to build a full background. And I'm so excited because Amy inspired me to try this, and I can't wait to show you the bricks that we're going to create. This is going to be so cool. Alright, so I'm going to be using the Distress Oxide inks, which I'm super excited about. I've really grown to love them. And I am using a stencil that I got from A Colorful Life Designs. I just ordered some more from them. I'm so excited. I can't wait to show you what I got. But I'm going to go ahead and try the brick wall. And what I want to do is I am going to put like a blue hue behind her. And then all the way around, it'll just be like red and brown brick. And I'm so excited to see if the buildup works the way I want it to. I have you know how that is? You have a vision in your head and you're like, I know where I'm trying to go, but I just want to make sure that it's there. So let's go ahead and see if we can make that happen. I'm so excited. It's such a pretty stencil, and I hope it works the way I picture. Make sure that you tape down your stencils when you're using those, because otherwise they move around and then it obviously defeats the purpose. So I almost forgot, and then I went back, and you'll see in a moment I'll put some tape on there. So let's go ahead and build up this stencil. Now again, I'm using the Oxide inks. Think about them, less is more. It's like painting with shoe polish. So take your time, lots of circles. A lot of ink gets on that brush, so lots of circles. You don't need as much as you might think you do, because it will spread quite a bit. So let's go ahead and build this beautiful brick wall, and I can't wait for you to see it. It's so beautiful. As you can see, I just went ahead and continued to build up the color. And I'm gonna guess you're gonna go, what? Did she have like rain in the background? Like I said, I absolutely love the Haunted Mansion. And in the beginning of the Haunted Mansion movie with Eddie Murphy, it's pouring rain, which is why they get stuck in the house. Now, one of the things I did here that I want to show you, which is why I came back on to talk through this, is that I took the black and I wanted to make it look dirty because I didn't want it to look like a brand new brick house. And by just sort of randomly adding some of this black, it really, really brought in some additional tones. And when it dried, it just made the bricks look a little dirtier. And, you know, the Haunted Mansion, right? I mean, everybody's touching the brick wall and blah, blah, blah. So look at how beautiful this is. In person, it's even more beautiful. And a couple of days later, after it all dried, oh, it is probably one of the most beautiful backgrounds I think I've ever made. Honestly, I'm floored at how well the stencil worked and the coloration. It's just beautiful. Like I literally sat there and looked at it for a few minutes because I just couldn't believe that I had actually made that. And I want to just thank all of those people who have encouraged me to continue to moving forward on the Oxides because, wow, it's just, like I said, I'm framing this card. It is one of my favorites. So the next thing I did was I found the edge that I wanted to put alongside of the card. And then I'm going to go ahead and put some glue down and I'm going to put the bricks right on it. And I was a little nervous. The goal was obviously to keep the blue as centered as possible because that's where she was going to be floating. So it was really important because the stencil was 8x8. So it was really important for me to make sure that I had it as centered as possible. It didn't have to be perfect, but it had to be really close because otherwise it really was going to stand off. And I really wanted her to kind of have that glowing blue behind her. So we're going to go ahead and put a little glue on there. And then we will go ahead and start to assemble. Oh, this card. Love it. It is so pretty in person. And watch this. Now, what I love was that there was still probably about maybe a 2-inch wide piece of brick. So I kept it because I'm like, I am totally going to use that in the future for a column or something in another card. So one of those things, you know, it's one of those things that I sort of love when those little surprises happen because then I can use that again for another card. As a reminder, I always say to you guys, don't forget to sign the back of your cards. It's so important. It's a place and time. And if it's a piece of card art or even a piece of, you know, paper crafting, sometimes I'll even put the specific date on there. If I know, like, for example, this one, I'm going to keep it. I want my kids to be able to see it later, and I want them to know, like, when I made this. And I think what'll be fun is someday they'll be able to look at this card, have it see it on the wall, and go, oh, wait, there's a video of you making it, you know? So I hope that they'll, you know, and they'll be able to listen to me back talking about this. And I think that's just part of the fun of card making and crafting for people is just that connection you have with your family years later with things that you've made them. So now the welcome foolish mortals, I have just glued right on the brick because I wanted it flush. For the bride or my Victorian lady, I did put foam risers on her. I wanted her to be like floating in front of the brick, and I used a lot of foam risers just to make sure that she had some really good depth, and I'm really happy with the way this turned out. Wait until you see how it looks when I kind of place it over like the brick. It was every once in a while, like when you have that idea in your brain and then it actually happens, it's so exciting. All right, here we go. So we're going to take off the little backings. And then we're going to go ahead and put her down on the card. And I'm looking at it right now while I'm recording the voiceover. And it looks so cool. So I would love to try let's go find some other digital images that I can make other ghosts. Like that, not that I'm going to make 999 of them, but it would be really fun to make extra ghosts, right? All right, here we go. Oh, I love it. I love this. So this is how the card finishes. I think you could use any image of any person. Like, I would love to see you do another kind of ghost with the same sort of feel. Like, I think that would be a really fun challenge to see how many people could make of the 999 ghosts. Like, that would be fun. So here she is, all finished and beautiful. And I couldn't be happier. You know, it seems very simplistic, but there were a lot of pieces to get to where we are. So again, I just want to take a moment and say thank you so much for watching. Again, my name is Jessica Lynn. I'm the owner and artist for Jessica Lynn Original Studios at jessicalynoriginal.com. I do have some other videos for you on the right-hand side if you'd like to go ahead and watch any of those. And please don't forget to subscribe. We love hearing from you, so go ahead and mark that little thumbs up, and I'd love to hear from you down below. Take care, everybody.